The penalty for failing to provide a specimen of breath, blood or urine when the police are investigating a drink driving offence depends on the type of investigation the police are conducting. If the police are looking into somebody or whether somebody is in charge of a motor vehicle, then the maximum penalty is a fine of £2,500 or up to 3 months in prison, plus either 10 penalty points or a ban from driving. In cases where the police are investigating somebody for driving or attempting to drive, then the penalties for not providing a specimen are much higher. They're basically double. So an unlimited fine or up to 6 months in prison, and there is a minimum driving disqualification of 12 months. Now the disqualification and the penalty are on a sliding scale, so magistrates have guidelines depending on what's happened in the particular case that they're looking at. In the least serious type of cases, and that really means cases where there's not been a deliberate refusal and there's no evidence of a high level of impairment, then normally the magistrates are going to start out by looking at a fine around about 150% of somebody's weekly take-home pay and a ban from driving of between 12 and 16 months. Now in the more serious cases, and those are cases where there's been a deliberate refusal to provide a sample and there is evidence of a high level of impairment, then the magistrates will start out by looking at a sentence of 12 weeks in prison plus a driving ban of 29 to 36 months. Cases in the middle normally involve a community order, so some kind of community penalty like unpaid work or a curfew, or sometimes alcohol treatment, and a ban of between 17 and 28 months. So lots of cases fall into that middle category. Any driving disqualification, the magistrates have the option of allowing somebody to do a rehabilitation course, which will reduce the length of the disqualification by 25%.